Hey family, welcome to Family People. I'm Raymond, and this is everything Marvel United Multiverse, the absolute all-in pledge with all the extras. Let's get unboxing. Hey family, welcome to Family People. I'm Raymond, and this is the smaller expansion boxes that come as part of the Marvel United Multiverse Season 3 pack, all-in campaign. So we have various small boxes, and we'll just come down to the table and have a look. So we start off with our plastic tokens. I got the plastic tokens secondhand for my own personal gaming experience of playing through Season 1, Season 2, and they really do make a difference. Just that extra level of feel, kind of the quality of what it is that you're playing through. That's my experience anyway, personally. I value and appreciate the extra deluxeification, I guess, for lack of a better phrase. But yeah, so there is an option, or was an option. I don't think they're exclusive. But yeah, so anything within the Multiverse Season 3 that has tokens, that they bag them up. I always find they bag them up quite randomly. But yeah, so rather than, so some of these, they're kind of grouped specifically with other bits. And then there's other bits where you think, why would you bag those in there? In fact, actually, it looks like they may not have done that so much this time around. But yeah, so stuff like here, you can see, even before I open them up, you can see you've got this this red token here. I'm trying to think that's the Venom box set, the Carnage set. But there's also the same token, but in a different bag. It's like, well, why wouldn't you just put them all in? But you can see they're all numbered. So there'll be two of these. These are number 4. So yeah, I mean, clearly they've obviously got an idea and a system that works for them in terms of how they break this stuff down and mass produce it in the factory as best as possible. So you can see they're all numbered. So I've got 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and 1. There you go. So you get 1, 2, 1, 1, 2 3s, and 2 4s. Is what you get in the box. There you go. So the way that they've obviously clearly worked out how to best mass produce and distribute these. That's how it works. And I don't think there's a requirement to go through necessarily all of the tokens, but it's nice, and you can hear the plasticness. I don't know, is that a word? But I've not seen some of these things. I don't know, why is there a crowbar there? What? We've got some clouded gems. So I'm guessing some of these characters are going to be. In fact, these are. I think we covered these. These were from the King's box. I'm looking up there because I'm trying to find it. So yeah, the War of Kings. These are, of course, the stones that when they are broken open, that unlocks the inhuman potential, effectively your mutant genes that are laid dormant. Don't recall seeing a tesseract, a crowbar. So yeah, so we've got various tokens, targets, and a pile of rock, pile of stones. What? I don't recall seeing that one, but yeah, okay, awesome. But yeah, and then you've also got, of course, because although it's not included officially as part of this Kickstarter, however, because it is actually part of Season 3 Multiverse, you do have, of course, the spot tokens that come with the Spider-Verse pack. So they all get their upgraded components as well. So likewise, anything along those. You also see you have your Civil War tokens have all been upgraded. So it's Captain America banned or not. So yeah, there will be a whole plethora of all of these tokens throughout. I mean, and some of these, I mean, they've done, you know, quite a bit of a job on there. I mean, that is a very detailed paint job on there. There is a level of 3D to that as well. So yeah, I mean, that's intriguing, very interesting. And even that, just with the background, very nice. Okay, I didn't expect to see that level. I'm kind of used to seeing that level of detail, you know. But yeah, some of these, likewise, if I crack open number 4, you'll see they've done the same with the what was his name? What was his name? Apocalypse tokens. There we go. You get to see that in yeah. Yeah, so there's those nice chunky plastic tokens. So red and blue. Which team are you supporting? But yes. Oh, little spider part. Them. They're cool. I did actually get those upgraded, however. So I'll do that as a maybe it's a separate unboxing. But yeah, my intent absolutely is to paint them up. And was that the obedience tokens, I believe? Ah, yes, combined with the danger token as well there. So yeah, they definitely upped the ante on these tokens compared to the previous tokens that were found in the previous seasons, seasons 1 and 2. But yeah, no, liking those, so we'll clear those away. So yeah, so obviously in the main part we've seen where and how these tokens have been used. I think, like I say, some of these components we won't have seen yet, as of course they are they'll be for characters that we're yet to have a look at in the big stretch goals box. But here's a quick sneaky peek. So you get the Ricky Jones and Betty Ross token. We get play randomly tokens. Okay, we've got tokens for that now, so that's good. We've got 6 Spider-Bot tokens, which we just had a look at. We've got 6 Spot tokens, which we had a look at. We've got Target tokens, which we've seen. Location Controller tokens. We've got Danger tokens, which we saw. The 9 Shield tokens, Infection tokens, Nova Core tokens, Charge tokens, Herald tokens, Water tokens, Crowbar token, one of those. We've got 6 Sewer tokens, 8 Find Chameleon tokens. We saw what that one looks like. The Terrigan tokens, that was the one that the cloud with the gem in it. One Seismic Barrier token, that'll be the pile of rocks. Awesome. 4 KO tokens and 6 Obedience Disc tokens, which we saw as well. So yeah, so good. Bit of an insight into what comes in there. Okay, what to do next? Let's have a look at. I'm going to just pause the video and grab the one thing I didn't grab, which is all the cardboard locations, locations and villain boards. So again, we've probably seen the majority of these now, but we'll have a very quick flick through those. I'll be back in one moment. Okay, so these are the cardboard locations. So with all the expansions, including the main core boxes, of course, you get the nice flimsy slim line locations. And again, this is nothing more than a pure deluxeification of the contents. And again, personally, I found them to be yeah, a delight. And I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just something about having the deluxeified components, slightly upgraded quality. But hey folks, what can I tell you? I don't know, is it a geek thing? Is it a collector thing? Not entirely sure. But I definitely appreciate the difference. Okay, now, as I recall watching Alex from Board Game Co, the issue, of course, is these are extremely tightly packed, which is not an issue in terms of getting in, but it is an issue in terms of you'll find these are massively compressed, and then once you've uncompressed them by opening up the seal, of course, they won't go back in the box. So just need to be aware of that if you are going to purchase these. That will not be an appropriate storage solution, certainly not for all of the locations, because they will gain air once opened. Okay, so let's have a quick look at some of these. So we do get the location effect, and if you've watched any of my games, these are the idea of these is that they are situated. Oops, there we go. Let's pop one out. Okay, and then these are situated at the bottom of whatever the particular location is, so that when you place your card on top, they sit flat. So that is purely what their purpose is. Obviously, when you're using the standard size locations, there isn't a ridge there that needs to be contended with. It just sits much more flatter to the board or whatever your table. So yeah. So, but yeah. So again, I think should have seen all of these already. I don't think there's any surprises here. And of course, yeah, again, you get the locations, of course, for Spider-Geddon, which was the expansion set that didn't come as part of the Kickstarter, but was sold separately at retail as a full-on core box. And it is a very, very good core box. And I've done a separate unboxing video for that. This was probably one of the most popular locations. So the gambling. So if the top of the master plan card is not revealed, you may guess if it's has more thugs or civilians, and then reveal it. And if you guess right, you get a wild token, and then leave the card revealed. Otherwise, put it at the bottom of the deck. So yeah. Otherwise, we've seen the Kunlun. We've not seen, I don't believe, because I believe that is. Oh, maybe we did see Kunlun. I have another expansion box which comes with its own location, and of course it means that it will have a hard board equivalent of that location. I do love that portrayal of the TVA headquarters. I think that's the other thing I love about these locations. Every one of them comes with their own unique graphics. You know, they didn't have to do this stuff, but it just makes such a difference. I absolutely love it. Again, yes, I remember going through all these, and obviously, as you've already seen, each of these have their own icon on the back of the particular set that they belong to. Love that they've now got the Hell's Kitchen in there. Oh, going Battle World from World War Hulk. And then some of these flips I've got, yep. And I've not come across Arthros before. I mean, that was, I saw that one being mentioned when we opened up the Annihilation box set. But I don't think I've come across the Annihilation storyline previously. So, yeah, I think I'll enjoy having a bit more of a look into that one. Aha, so I suspect this will be the location we have not yet seen. Valley of the Sleeping Dragon. At the end of your turn, you may discard one card from your hand to the bottom of your deck and turn over one thug here into a civilian to delay the next villain turn card by one. Very interesting, very different. And of course, you have the Galactus locations all around the world. Africa, Europe, South America, North America. Human High Council base. Dark Beast Laboratory. Camp Hammond. Good old San Francisco. Blue area of the moon for the King's box set. There we go. So lots of, that is all the wonderful hard cardboard locations that we get in this expansion. And accompanying those, heavier than that, we have the cardboard villain dashboards, which is an extremely heavy box. 61 villain tiles. Let's have a look and dig into this, and I imagine it's going to be a very similar scenario to the locations that once opened, it's not going to be something suitable to get back into this storage box. So let's have a look. Okay. Bloop. Yes, indeedy. Look at that. That's as thick as my hand. Okay. Come on, gravity, do your thing. I'm glad I've got a good solid table under here. That's all I can say, folks. Wowzer. Okay. So, look at that. They are stunning. Oh. Okay. Let's dig in. Oh. There we have it. Okay. The Morlan we obviously saw in and spotted, well, I believe, in the Spider-Verse expansion box set, along with Superior Spider-Man, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Doom. Have the Civil War. That's the hardboard. I love that Demo Goblin and Doppelganger. Didn't expect to see them together. That was great. Enjoy that. There is Annihilus and Mold Breaker Hulk. We get into Fire Lord and Nova, and I think some of these we're going to see, of course, going to be pursuant to the stretch goals box that we're yet to dig into. We go from the Galactus, so there's the Heralds. We have the Fantastic Four Heralds of Galactus board themselves as well. We saw, of course, Apocalypse and Nemesis and Dark Beasts board. And we saw Scrolls and Queen, Vulcan and Gladiator. So, and I think now we're getting into the stretch goals territory. So, I'm just trying to think it's worth. I don't think there's any point going through them here. So let's set those aside. So, but you can see in terms of the size comparison. So this is what we've seen already with all of the expansions. This is still yet to be reviewed with the stretch goals box. Now, I mentioned again, I mentioned at the beginning of this video series that this is the very first Marvel United Kickstarter that I have back. So this is completely new territory for me, although I've got everything from season 1 and everything from season 2. I had to buy all that stuff secondhand. I missed the opportunity to buy them on the Kickstarter. So opening this stuff up brand new is a very new experience to me, other than sort of buying like the original core box at retail and yeah, and then obviously the Spider-Geddon that you've seen. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see what we actually get in the stretch goal box, because I've never seen one opened. So yeah, so excited to share that with you. Anyway, I've waffled on. So we've got the location boards and the villain boards. We've had a look at the plastic tokens. There is another box of just the normal standard gameplay plastic tokens. I have got that, but I'm not going to open up on here. I'm sure there's plenty of reviews and videos around what they look like. They're the same as the original season 1. They were republished season 2 and republished again season 3 for those that didn't have and hadn't had the opportunity to get those. So what to dig into next? Let's go with the team decks. So this was, as far as I'm aware, I believe this was new to Marvel United season 3. Oh, okay. It's quite small writing, so you get let's have a look. 105 cards and a rules leaflet, and then it says, oh, I can't quite read it because it is so tiny over there. So this set introduces team decks to Marvel United, bringing these iconic teams to life by offering heroes access to cards that explore their unique characteristics along with their own limitations. 15 different team decks included in this set can be played using heroes who are in retail boxes. Aha! So this is the retail boxes, and then one would assume the promo team decks, which is an additional expansion set, introduces team decks. The 15 different team decks included in this set require using heroes which are part of exclusive boxes. There we go. So, and you get 107 team cards, and again a rules leaflet. So that's the primary difference. And do you know what, guys, I appreciate that they've broken those down. So if you are completely just buying stuff at retail and you have no interest whatsoever in getting all of this ridiculous amount of content that's exclusive content, do you know what, that gives you what you need, and you can thoroughly enjoy, I'm sure and confident, that experience. But for people like myself who have absolutely gone all in and want to have that full experience for the additional content that comes with the Kickstarter exclusive, they've done it as a separate box, and I really appreciate and like that. I find there's little more frustrating in life than you buy something, whatever it is, so usually in my experience a board game related piece of content, and then lo and behold you open it up, you're thoroughly prepared, or you're thoroughly sort of set up and excited and enthused to get your brand new content to the table, only to then discover that there are components that actually you don't have because they are part of another box somewhere else that you didn't get, and now you're going to have to go and hunt that stuff down or whatever. It's just such a frustrating experience. So I really appreciate the fact that they've actually broken these down accordingly, so that you can choose what applies to you. So let's have a quick look at the rules leaflet. So we've got the team decks. So adding a team deck to your game, Marvel United adds the characteristics and strategies associated with a particular team. Heroes are able to occasionally play a team card instead of their own, expanding their options. However, each team also brings about a unique drawback the heroes might need to deal with. A game with the team cards follows all the standard rules with the following modifications. So it's set up, you would choose one of the team decks, keep its team member cards aside, and shuffle the other cards in the face down deck with each of all the players. Okay, make sure all the heroes being used belong to the chosen team, and then to preserve the game balance, the hero should remove the double wild cards from each of their decks, one double wild card for each of the decks, and then draw the top 2 cards of the team deck and place them face up next to it. This is the team display, and I think, yeah, so turns resolve in the usual sequence for players alternating. Each player may either play a regular hero turn or play a team turn by playing a team card. Choose one of the cards that's currently in the display and play it to the storyline. The team card is used as if it were played from the hero's regular cards. The hero then performs the actions and uses special abilities as usual. At the end of the turn, if there are still cards in the team deck, draw the top card and place it face up back into the display. So there's 2 cards there. That's it. And that's, in short, how these work, folks. So they work in addition to your regular deck, but you do remove your double wild, as we've seen throughout as well with the equipment cards, etc. I'll be interested to see what the notions are in terms of, are these balanced if you're using equipment and team decks? If both require you to remove the double wild, how does that impact gameplay? If you've experienced that and you're aware of that, then please add a comment below. Let the community know what your experience is. But let's just have a look at the team decks that we get in the box. We've got United Heroes, the Captain America Secret Avengers. We've got Team Iron Man Pro registration, and obviously we've seen how they play out, so it'll be interesting to see, could you use these perhaps with the so compatibility. Let's have a look. There is some compatibility instructions on the back of the leaflet. Oops, bring it down slightly, thanks Hulk, but you're the less interesting thing that we're looking on here. So team versus team mode, each team mode must use their own team deck, though each team can independently choose whether they want to use a team deck or not. But a special effect of the team card refers to heroes or other heroes. It only refers to heroes belonging to that team. Player versus player mode, supervillain mode, commander solo mode cannot be used with commander solo mode. I guess as you'd expect in terms of the way that then the cards are being managed and handled. I'm keen to give commander solo mode a go. Again, do leave a comment below, let me know your thoughts if you'd like to see when we come on to Marvel United Season 3 campaign playthrough. Would you be interested to see the whole campaign potentially played out as solo commander mode rather than managing two individual superhero decks? And again, I'm not quite sure how that works with the campaign, if that does work at all even. So look, I love all the colours, they're fantastic, just beautiful. Carry on just popping these out. As you can see, there's quite a number, and like I say, this is just the set that comes with those that are available. So if you bought whatever you wanted to buy at retail and you bought this box, you'll be able to use these with all of the contents available at retail, and I think that is fantastic. Love that. So let's have a look randomly. Which one shall we choose? Let's go Spider Army. Okay, so Spider Army team members. So it gives you quite a variety of different team members available. Okay, so providing you've got these characters, then you can use these characters to make up your Spider Army. And then the way it works is we've got these particular Spider Army cards. So Spider Totems. As long as this card is face up the storyline when a hero is knocked out, to remove them from the game on your next turn, choose a new Spider Army hero and resume play in the location of your choice. Then gain a wild token. So again, that's the alluding to why there are so many people highlighting that team, is you have the option to swap out in the event of a knockout. Web of Life and Destiny. Reveal the top 2 cards of all decks. You can rearrange them in any order. Okay, so we've got a couple of those. We've got Dimensional Travel Watches. Until the next villain turn, heroes may use a move action to move to any location. So we've got a couple of those. And then the downside of the team hunted. As long as this card is face up, is in the team display, heroes being dealt damage by villains remove cards from the game instead of discarding them to the bottom of the deck. Ouch! When played in a storyline, turn this card face down, so then its effects are no longer in play. So you kind of have to choose at some point, once that's in the display, to get that out as fast as possible. So each of the team decks has that downside element to it, and it will vary from deck to deck. So again, you've got that same scenario in each of these. You've got the team members listed, and then the various abilities here, identifying what it is you can do. There's extra abilities, and then there's the downside. So many zombies. When this card is revealed, add a thug to each location. As long as this card is in the team display, heroes ending their turn in a location with a thug with one or more thugs take 1 damage. Wow. Okay, so you can see some of these can certainly be very impacting on your gameplay. So that's I'll not run through them all because we'll be here for a very long time, and we're already a very long time into this tremendous unboxing of content. But just wanted to show you at least a few of those and how those teams operate, and give you a sense of what they bring to the game. And I was quite excited about that idea of having the team ups. And I understand that what Dom has done, I believe his name is, the guy who's created the massive ultimate campaign scenarios that we've been playing through, is he has incorporated the playing of these team decks as part of that new Multiverse massive campaign as well. So yeah, we will see these getting playthrough. You will see these getting some airtime, and I'll be excited to bring these and share these with you as well. So yeah, really looking forward to getting this content to the table. And then again, so these are the exclusive decks that we have. So we've got Defenders Manhattan and Forceworks, and again you get the little booklet that gives you information about the special setups and compatibility. Defenders of Manhattan team explicitly, please keep in mind that although it is possible to use this team deck in games with 2 or 3 heroes, these team cards were optimized for games with 4 heroes. So there we go, so just an awareness point on that team deck. Oh, got my bit out from the other one, otherwise I'm going to very quickly get confused as to what goes with what, because I'm not packing stuff away as we go. Okay, just building up a bigger and bigger bridge in front of me, and just this wall. Okay, bloop, get in there. Go. Okay, so let's have a quick spread out of these team decks, get an idea of what there is. So this one is specifically designed to be operated with 4 heroes. Got Infinity Watch, got the X Factor, very ombre, got X Force. We got Resistance Against the Apocalypse, the Savage Avengers. Wow, okay. The West Coast Avengers, and I love that you kind of get a bit of a glimpse of who makes up that team. You know, the Forceworks, Alpha Fight, Illuminati. Yeah, it's going to be Doctor Strange for sure. The Marvel Knights. Okay, Fantastic Four. We've got Inhumans. The New Mutants, which I really enjoyed actually, and Excalibur. If you haven't seen The New Mutants, I can recommend it. I really enjoyed that film and that adaptation. The characters that we saw in there. There we go. So we've got Cannibal, Cypher, Dark Child, Legion, Magic, Mirage, Support, Sunspot, Warlock, Wolfsbane, and X-Man. There we go. So some of those characters certainly we did see. And yeah, I thought it was a good portrayal, but particularly kind of the teenagedom and being caught up in Ravenscroft. There we go. So friends help each other, friends comfort each other, friends protect each other, friends support each other. You're not a monster. And the downside, conflictual mentorship. As long as this card is face up at a team displayed, heroes starting their turn in the same location as other heroes must discard their hand and draw back the same number. This doesn't KO you. Played in the storyline, turn this card face down. Okay. And again, I thought that was portrayed very well on the screen, was the animosity between these, you know, people that come together and don't know each other, and obviously particularly at teenage, and they're kind of discovering their own bodies, discovering themselves, and suddenly awaken powers and trying to work out how all that works. Really, really well done. Very well portrayed. That's it. So, yeah. Love all this wonderful variety Let's have a quick look at the Defenders Manhattan. So team members is 4, and it is explicitly designed to be used for those 4, as we've just seen. Daredevil, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage, as we have seen portrayed on the screens. I like it better on my side of the fight. Sight is overrated. I am your attorney. I'm glad we found each other. Nice. Classy. Well, you're really gifted. And then complex personality. As long as this card is face up at the team display, heroes starting their turn a location with one or more heroes must forfeit 1 available action in their turn, representing the internal bickering, I suspect. Fantastic. So yeah, there we go. So lots of goodness, and you can see additional gameplay aspects that come with all of those team decks, just adding a bit more flavor and variety, I guess, to and I guess a sense of cohesiveness. So when you're choosing your heroes that you're going to play, actually you can say, okay, we're going to play this team. Here's a list of heroes that you can select from. Now let's get down. Who are we going to fight against as this team, against this particular villain? Love that. So in addition then to that, they actually, and I think this was in part, certainly it's got to be in part due to Dom's wonderful, amazing work in creating the multiverse, or sorry, the massive campaigns that you've seen me playing through just for season 1. We actually had campaign decks. So I don't know how these work, but we'll have a quick look at some of this information here. Okay, so campaign decks. It's a little fold out pamphlets. There we go. So campaign setup sees 1 of 8 available campaigns and take all of its cards. Each campaign has 2 types of cards. Okay, separate 2 types of cards without shuffling them. Keep the event cards in a face down deck without looking at them. Okay, so I'm thinking now, do I want to open them up? If you're not supposed to shuffle them and mix up the order, how do you know they're still in order? Hero selection, sequential games, player count, required boxes. Okay, so yeah, so Age of Ultron, Avengers vs X-Men, Dark Phoenix, Saga, Maximum Carnage, War of Kings, World of War Hulk, and Executioner's Song. Is that a box? What was that? These must be the titles, and then these are the boxes that you need. So team, blue team or gold team, War of Kings, Multiverse promos. Gotcha. Okay, I was like, Executioner's Song, don't remember seeing that as a box. Okay, so there we go. So that's how they work, or at least what is required to play them. Now, interesting, I wonder if these will go back in the box. And of course, these are a different size. It's the first time I think we're seeing different size cards being introduced to the Marvel United system. Here we go. So Executioner's Song, event number 9, event number 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's how you know the order. That's good. At least I know. That answers the question. So all of the event cards have a number, so you can put them into order. I don't know if I want to review what's in here, but is that a secret? Am I going to be giving the game away? Oh, there's what's that? That's other stuffs. Interesting. Okay. And then there's more. There's more. Executioner's Song. Game. All right. Game 1. Okay. I've no idea how these work. Okay, this was when they were saying about there's 2 decks. There we go. Okay, so you got the events, which you would presumably flip up that way. So the first event for this particular one would be Famine Triumphant. All heroes must discard 1 random card from their hand to the bottom of their decks. So that's the event that would get triggered Aha, as you're playing through the campaign, here we go. So Overture, when a hero is knocked out on their next turn, they may be replaced with another available hero from the game roster, resuming play from the same location. The replaced hero returns to the game roster. And then you have event 1, so famine success, event 2, war success, etc, etc. So you would see how they then, so then when you go on to campaign play number 2, then you have different events that will occur at different points. There we go. Aha. Alright. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. So the idea is very much you've got these events that trigger as you play through the campaign, and then you've got this kind of little mini campaign of 4 games. So much like we saw with the Infinity Gauntlet as a box, but rather than having them as a box, we've actually got them in here as a deck, which is a bit more, yeah, I'd say more, I don't know, it's more of anything. But yeah, a bit more fixed, orchestrated, perhaps. You can plan, prepare, perhaps, don't know. There we go, Dark Phoenix. Saga. Now, it talked about a team roster. I didn't see anything in here as a team roster that dictated which particular cards. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I love that. Age of Apocalypse. Oh, can you imagine the the taunts between the Apocalypse and Deadpool? That, I want to see that now on the big screens. I want to see that. Okay. So yeah, Age of Ultron, Avengers versus X-Men. Loving all of that content. Yeah, a bit confused on the roster. I saw it referenced, but I didn't actually see explicitly listed. But yeah, so 114 campaign cards, and the rules leaflet is what you get in that box, and they all go nicely back into there. So that's good. We have, let's go back to some miniatures. Okay. We have the, and this I don't know. Do I confess it? I confess this is what did it for me. I would, as I've said before, I was not a Marvel United fan. I saw the original Marvel United campaign and I thought, chibi minis, what the heck? Not having part of that. Don't like the look of that at all. I got completely missed season 2. Just bypassed me entirely. Season 3 hit, and I think there was an awareness and of, you know, the fact that, okay, they've done season 1, they've done season 2, they're coming back with season 3. It's definitely got staying power. It's not going away anywhere fast. That piqued my interest. And on the back of the time when they had just done Loki season 1, this as an expansion hit. An update that came out from CMON, and I have to confess, this is what absolutely roped me in. The notion of having Throg and Crocodile Loki, as well as, of course, the dog whose name escapes me, Cosmo, the original Guardian of the Galaxy from the comics. This, I'm afraid, is what absolutely suckered me in. I don't know what to say, guys. But yeah, it was this that made me think, oh, I really like the look of those. Now I'm intrigued. And it forced me then to go and look up some gameplay videos and find out, what is this all about? What is this draw that keeps people coming back again and again and again to this gameplay and this content? And at which point then, yeah, I picked up the I think probably the original core box, and I thought, okay, right, I'm going to back the campaign on Kickstarter. I'm going to go and pick up the original core box. I'll watch a few playthroughs. I'll get a sense of, is this something that I could genuinely buy into? A big thing for me is always solo play. You know, can I play it solo? Can I enjoy it? That is the most important thing. Besides that, theme. Theme is a big thing for me, I'm afraid, guys. It really does do it for me. So yeah, actually getting a genuine sense of film as I was playing through that core box and getting that notion of the Avengers versus Ultron and reminiscing of the films that I'd watched on the big screen. I was absolutely stirred and besotted at that point. So yeah, I was suckered in. But I'm loving it, absolutely loving it, loving playing through all this content. Anyway, it's enough of my drivel. We're here to see the game content. Let's have a look. There isn't a leaflet book in here, so let's have a look at what do we have. So companions, so it looks like each has their own little reference card. Of course I would choose the one that's all green to start off with. So let's go with Cosmo first of all. Companions join setup, choose one companion and shuffle their 3 companion cards into your hero deck. Place a companion piece in your hero's starting location. For all intents and purposes, your companion cards are considered as one of your hero cards. Once during each of your turns, you may move your companion to a location adjacent to them for free. Companions are not considered heroes for the game effects and they can't take any damage. However, if there's a companion in your location, you are not alone. If you are removed from the game, your companion is also removed. So we have... I love that artwork. Cosmo! Cosmo, look at that. Love it. Fantastic job. So, whilst we have Cosmo out, let's have a look at his cards. So this is what they look like on the other side. And of course they did pick up, the community I saw very quickly did pick up an error. Unfortunately they clearly had a bit of a rush on to get these out of the door, because of course you can see in the background there is somebody else lurking behind Cosmo, which now you can see, which clearly shouldn't be there. Oh, I'm just going to copy and paste this, boss, and I'm going for lunch. Anyway, so that is what it should look like. And instead, Cosmo has his own little buddy floating around in the background. Okay, anyway, Cosmo, telekinesis. Each hero in Cosmo's location may turn one of their face-down hero cards in the storyline face up. Nice. Mental sedation. Attach a stunned token to a villain or henchman in Cosmo's location. Next villain turn, their BAM is cancelled and the token is discarded. We have no more Mr. Nice Dog. When villain turn, next villain turn, for each damage taken by heroes in Cosmo's location, immediately heroic feat or attack there. And then we're into Goose. I loved portrayal on the silver screen of Goose. It was fantastic. So you don't need to read the how the cards work, because we know that now. Tentacle protrusion. Attack against up to 2 different locations in Goose's different targets in Goose's location. Overwhelming cuteness. Next villain turn, BAM. Affects villains, henchmen in Goose location are cancelled. Pocket Dimension. Until the beginning of your next turn, heroes in Goose location can't be forced to discard action tokens, and if they end their turn in her location, they may gain an extra token. Nice. Then we are on to Jeff. Gwenpool can only use Jeff as a companion. No other hero can use him if she is in play. Okay. Let's have a look at Jeff. So razor sharp teeth, attack in Jeff's location. Oh, this looks like a baddie. Insatiable hunger. You must discard the leftmost thug or civilian in Jeff's location, and in each location he enters this turn. Jump the shark. Okay. Move Jeff 1 location, then attack in this location. And then we're on to Lockhead. If Kitty Pryde can only use Lockhead as a companion. No other hero can use him if she is in play. Now, I believe we did get Lockhead as a separate miniature, if I recall, in Marvel United Season 2, I believe it was. So it's nice to have him back in the fray with some cards. Fire breathing, so attack in Lockhead's location. Smoke breathing, next villain turn. Each hero in Lockhead's location ignores 1 damage. Nice. Piloting skills. If you end your turn in Lockhead's location after using the end of turn effect there, you can move with him to any other location and also use its end of turn effect if unlocked. Nice. We have Red Wing. I believe this to be, it's not got any restrictions on that one. This Falcon's companion. So telepathic link, move Red Wing 1 location, then heroic feat or attack in that location. We have scouting. If Red Wing is a villain's location, reveal the top card of Master Plan deck. Helping Wings, heroic feat and attack in one in your and the other in Red Wing's location. Okay, and we have Frog. Oh, I love it. Can only be played with Loki, I reckon. Anyway, the Frog Jolnir. Double attack against a single target in Throg's location. Leap on, move Throg 1 location, then attack in his location. Worthy, move Throg 1 location, then heroic feat in his location. And Alligator Loki. Move my arm out of the way because there's going to be lots of green. Okay, so snap. Unpreventable attack and Alligator Loki's location. Intrigue, next villain turn, you can redirect 1 damage you would take to another target in Alligator Loki's location. And cheating, steal any action token from another hero in Alligator Loki's location, or if Alligator Loki is in a location with a henchman or villain, gain a wild token. Love it. Fantastic fun. And let's have a look at the miniatures that we get. Oh, of course, sellotape up. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Okay. In fact, let's have a look at them there. Just about on. There we go. So we've got Cosmo, Throg, Red Wing, Alligator Loki, Jeff. Oh, look at that. So cute. It's so cute. Oh, fantastic. Loving it. Beautiful. Really like them. Great fun. Oh, kind of clip down. Have I got it the wrong way on? Nope, definitely that way around. Okay. There it is, folks. So they are the pet companions. So excited to get those to the table. Always nice to have some extra cards. I do find very often, as you will have seen in my playthroughs, that is a regular point of game end is actually running out of cards. So in complete opposition of the fact that we've just looked at some tiny minis, let's have a look at a great big mini. So of course, if you went completely all in, they did of course bless you with an extra goodie, which was Fang Foom. So let us dig into Fang Foom. There he is in his sleeping dormant state. And as we've already seen, it comes with his own special location as well. I love the fact we've got all the wonderful different graphics on the box. Okay, so Fang Foom, the ancient shape-shifting alien dragon, lies dormant in the Valley of the Sleeping Dragon while the rest of his species prepares for invasion. But when he wakes, heroes will contend with the awesome fury of the dragon. Fang Foom can also be used in a challenge in any game, adding the ticking time bomb of a slumbering dragon to the mix. There we go. Fantastic. Love it. And in fact, I went back to watch, there is an animated series of, I believe it was Iron Man, available on Disney Plus. And the very first episode of Iron Man, you'll see the Avengers, I think it was, or Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., enlist. I think it may have even actually been relabeled to S.W.O.R.D. by that point. But you will see them enlist Fang Foom to aid their support in defeating the villain of that very first episode. Which I believe is actually a culmination of villains rather than a single villain. So it was quite an impressive first episode, can recommend. Okay, let's have a look. Wow, that looks really eye-popping red, doesn't it? Okay, here we go. So we get some destructions. There we go, Fang Foom and his components. We get the location, his villain board. We get 6 dormant master plan cards, 6 awake master plan cards, a challenge card, these threat cards, and another challenge threat card. And then various rules for setup. What is important? Make sure the replaced threat is not one mentioned on the villain's dashboard. Okay. And we have his dormant state and his awake state. The impact on the game, and then compatibility as well. So can you use it with the other various expansions? So the Fang Foom threats cannot replace the 4 Herald threats for Galactus, as well as Nova, Phoenix 5, and Scream. Not compatible with the following villains: Legion, Horseman of Apocalypse, Sinister Six Mode, Apocalypse, Age of Apocalypse, and Dark Avenger. Can you imagine Sinister Six with this monstrosity wandering around? Oh my giddy aunt. Okay, let's have a look. Now, he does come in pieces, which again I think is a first for Marvel United. And of course, once you put him together, certainly if you glue him together, paint him, as I will, he won't be able to go back in his box. Okay. But yeah, well, as you've seen, everything has arrived in perfect condition. I've not had any issues at all. There's no dinged boxes. There's no bits and bobs dropped off of characters or anything like that. It's all been an absolute pleasure and a joy to go through this unboxing, which is fantastic. Always appreciated. Okay, how do these slot on? Oh, they've got like okay. So I think that one goes in there like so. That one goes in there like so. So they're slightly different shapes in terms of the wings, and there is a specific orientation for them as well, which is also governed by the shapes that they've provided you to insert. There he is. Wow, look at that. It's so cool. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Fantastic. Just to give you an idea, I mean, and Adam, happen to have Adam Warlock here, and he's quite a sizable figure as is anyway. But yeah, that's truly is. There we go. An idea of that size difference. Ah. Oh, I'm such a big kid. Right. Love it. Fang Foom. But they did such a tremendous job and everything else all coming together so well on that. But yeah, I can only imagine the feat of having to then work out how are we best going to package this and ship it. It's not going to destroy and fall apart. So there is the Sleeping Valley of the Dragon that we saw in the hard board version. So his special setup then. So let's just come down a bit on here. Here we go. So use the Dragon Master Plan deck. Set aside the Awake Master Plan deck. The Valley of the Sleeping Dragon must be the villain's starting location. He has 7, 9, 11 health respectively, depending on the number of players. Special rules. Waking the Dragon. Fang Foom becomes under pressure. Replace the dormant master plan deck with the awake master plan deck. So that's the switching point. Where the hero is knocked out, Fang Foom doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, draw a master plan card and add it to face down in the storyline. So he expedites his going through stuff. Okay. BAM! Deal 2 damage to one hero in Fang Foom's location, then deal 1 damage to a different hero in Fang Foom's location, and 1 hero in each adjacent location. Ooh, interesting. Okay. In the event of overflow, if you can't place tokens to location, draw a master plan card face down in the storyline. The villainous plot is the heroes lose if Fang Foom must draw a master plan card from the dormant deck, but it is empty. So it's all about expediting that process. But what about once he's awake? Interesting. Okay. I guess once he's awake, you're attacking him, hopefully. Okay, so let's have a look at his cards. See how his gameplay works. So we have the Fang Foom challenge. So set up, replace one of the villain's threats with the Fang Foom threat. Dormant side up. Dormant, if the hero or villain ends their turn in a location with Fang Foom threat or an adjacent one, add 1 crisis token to the threat. Awake. As he moves around, heroes must target Fang Foom's game piece, not his threat card. When Fang Foom is defeated, remove both his game piece and threat card from the game. Okay, so that's the challenge. If you're playing against him as a villain, he has Fang Foom awake. In the event of a BAM, deal 2 damage to 1 hero in this location and 1 damage to 1 hero in each adjacent location. If no heroes were damaged by Fang Foom this turn, move this game piece clockwise to the next location. Okay, shape-shifting. While in this location, Fang Foom cannot take any damage as long as there are civilians there. So we have 2, 3 of those. And then we have supernatural durability. While in this location, Fang Foom ignores 1 damage each hero turn. And we have 3 of those. Okay, so I'm guessing that other threat card would be the challenge mode. Aha, and there's his dormant. There we go. So when there are 3 crisis tokens here, flip this card to place Fang Foom game piece in this location, and then you're chasing him around because he's awake and he's doing damage to you, and he's got his life. So once you've defeated him, then you remove him from the game. So that's the challenge threat, and then those are his actual threats. Okay. I love this. Awake. Dormant. How we love to be dormant. Right. So let's have a look at his dormant cards first of all. And again, apologies, probably going to be some green in here impacting the screen. Surprisingly enough, he doesn't move when he's dormant. Who'd have thunk it? Makluan Invasion. Okay, add a thug to it in each location except for Fang Foom's. Okay. We have frightened civilians, add 1 civilian in each location except for Fang Foom's. Okay. So they are his dormant cards. And then once he is awake, he's going to move and BAM and put out various tokens, as you would expect. That's it. There's no actual special rules beyond that. So they are his cards. Wow, that is a cracking amount of content. So the only box now left for me to go through, let's bring it back on screen. The only box left for me now to go through is, of course, the wonderful all-in Kickstarter stretch goals and exclusives. Really excited to dig into that, but I will do that as a separate video, so please come back for that. Otherwise, if you've liked this, please hit that like button, and if you've enjoyed this and want to encourage me to keep making content, please hit that subscribe. It really does encourage me to do so. Otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will see you back at the table shortly.